A construction site goes down when a structural component fails. Every hour it sits idle costs the developer $10,000 or more in lost time, delayed subcontractors, and penalty clauses. They do not need the cheapest welder in town. They need one who can be there in 2 hours. And that person, driving a used pickup truck with a stick welding rig in the bed, is charging $150 an hour without a single objection. That is the mobile welding business. Not a shop, not a lease, not $100,000 in equipment. One truck, one rig, and a phone that rings when something breaks and the people who need it fixed cannot wait. In this video, we cover the full picture, real startup costs, the equipment decisions that actually matter, how emergency response pricing works, the income math from solo operator to $18,000 a month, where your first commercial clients come from, and the single skill gap that keeps most welders from building a real business. Stay with us because the exit valuation on this one will surprise you. Here is why speed is the entire product. A standard shop welder bids jobs on price. A mobile welder with a fast response time bids jobs on urgency, and urgency eliminates price sensitivity almost entirely. A farmer whose tractor hitch snaps at planting season does not shop around. An oil field with a failed pipeline joint doesn't get 3 quotes. A fleet manager with 6 trucks grounded by a cracked frame calls the mobile welder they know and pays what they ask. This is the niche. Not decorative fabrication, not art, not hobby work. Emergency field repair and on-site structural work where downtime costs more than your invoice. Now, the startup cost. A used heavy-duty pickup truck in solid working condition runs $15,000 to $35,000. A Lincoln Electric Ranger or Miller Bobcat engine-driven welder, the kind that powers itself without needing shore power, critical for true field work, runs $4,000 to $8,000 new, $2,000 to $5,000 used. A welding cart, cable management setup, and basic rigging to secure the rig in the truck bed adds $500 to $1,200. Consumables for your first month, electrodes, wire, grinding discs, gas cylinders, budget $300 to $600. A heavy-duty extension reel, grinder, and hand tools add another $500. General liability insurance, which commercial clients require before they let you on site, runs $2,000 to $5,000 per year. Business license and LLC registration, $100 to $300. All in, a lean but fully operational mobile welding rig costs between $20,000 and $50,000 including the truck, or as low as $8,000 to $15,000 if you already own a capable vehicle. Now, pricing. Standard mobile welding rates run $75 to $125 per hour for general repair work. Emergency and after-hours calls command $150 to $250 per hour. Agriculture, construction, oil and gas, and fleet maintenance clients, the 4 highest value verticals in mobile welding, regularly pay the premium rate without negotiation because the cost of the alternative is always higher. Project jobs, like fabricating a custom gate, a structural bracket, or a trailer component, are quoted as fixed bids with materials plus labor plus a 30 to 40% margin on parts. Never quote only labor. Materials markup is where margin compounds on every project job. The income math for a solo operator targeting commercial and emergency work looks like this. 6 billable hours per day at an average of $120 per hour is $720 daily. 5 days a week, 4 weeks, that's $14,400 in gross monthly revenue, within reach of the $18,000 monthly target when you factor in after-hours emergency calls and project bids that run above the hourly rate. After fuel, consumables, insurance prorated monthly, and equipment maintenance reserve, net margins for a disciplined solo operator run between 35% and 50%. That's $5,000 to $7,000 per month take-home at the $14,000 revenue level, scaling toward $9,000 or more as your emergency call volume grows. According to current industry data, established mobile welding operations generate between $120,000 and $850,000 annually, with 28% average net margins. The spread is entirely a function of niche focus and how aggressively the operator builds commercial relationships versus waiting for residential calls. Your first commercial clients come from 3 specific places: fleet managers at trucking companies, logistics operations, and municipal vehicle fleets are your most reliable recurring source. They have equipment breaking regularly, they hate downtime, and they value a known mobile welder they can call the same day. Introduce yourself directly, bring a single-page capability sheet with your certifications and response time commitment, and offer a free first repair or discounted first visit. One fleet relationship can generate 10 to 20 service calls per year from a single client. Agriculture equipment dealers and farm co-ops are the second source. They frequently refer customers whose equipment fails in the field, and they get asked constantly for welder recommendations. Construction site superintendents are the third. Visit active job sites, introduce yourself to the super, and leave a card. When something breaks, you're the first call. Open loop. Here's the skill gap that keeps most welders stuck at the journeyman wage ceiling and never building a real business out of their trade. The gap isn't welding skill. Most experienced welders can handle the technical work. The gap is pricing confidence. Welders who come from employed backgrounds are conditioned to think in hourly wages, $25, $30, maybe $40 an hour. Switching to a business mindset means pricing for the value of the outcome, not the time spent. A 3-hour emergency repair that saves a client $12,000 in downtime is worth $450 at your standard rate. It's also worth $600, and the client will pay it because the alternative costs 27 times more. Operators who internalize this and price accordingly are the ones hitting $18,000 a month. The ones who underprice because it only took 3 hours stay stuck. The scaling path. Once you're consistently booked 4 to 5 days per week, hire one certified welder at $25 to $30 per hour and put them in a second truck. You move into estimating, client relationships, and dispatch. 2-truck mobile welding operations with focused commercial contracts generate $300,000 to $500,000 in annual revenue. In a mobile welding business with documented commercial accounts and consistent revenue, sells for 2 to 3 times annual net profit. A solo operation netting $80,000 annually is worth $160,000 to $240,000 as a sellable asset. One used pickup truck. One engine-driven welder, a phone number that people call when they can't afford to wait. If breakdowns like this are useful, subscribe to the channel. Every video, one real business, real numbers, and an honest picture of what it takes to build it.